All right, y'all. In the last episode, I shared a shift that I wasn't expecting, and that wasn't supposed to be the first episode that I put out. So, this episode right here is actually the first episode. It's that episode where it wasn't like, it's not the Shauna that everybody is used to. It's that episode that the ashamed Shauna, and I wasn't going to post it. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to re-record it. I need people to see this side. So yeah, I've been like super scared to post it, but I wanted people to also see the transition and to see how Shauna became who she is and to see the woman that I'm becoming, the woman that I am. So if you've ever had to hide parts of your story, this might resonate with you. Let me know what you think. And if you were a teen mom, this will probably resonate with you, and you know that your story does not stop there. Neither did mine. So yeah. All right, let's get into it. Welcome to the very first episode of Talk That Shift with Shauna Solomon. So before we go anywhere, I wasn't supposed to be here. I wasn't supposed to do this yet, but I said I'm gonna just go ahead and jump right on in and just get this done, right? So I wasn't supposed to be here with a mic. I wasn't supposed to be here with multiple businesses. I wasn't supposed to be here successful, not with the platform, because when you are a single mom, you are already labeled. Ooh, this is triggering. So you, as a single mom, as a teen parent, you don't get to dream out loud, right? You don't get to say what it is that you want to do outside of what everybody already had planned for your life already. But here I am at 50 and finally telling my truth. Not the polished version, not the on stage making it seem like everything that glitters is gold. This is the truth. This is the real version. So grab you a smoothie, grab you something to drink, and take a deep breath. Let's get prepared for episode 1. Ooh, y'all, this is so triggering. I remember having to tell my mom that I was pregnant, right? And the fear that came over me, all of the things that people were going to say about me being a teen mom. I already heard it, right? That your life is over, that this is where it ends, and that you could not be anything. But I also knew that I couldn't give up, right? I knew that I wasn't giving up my baby. But I knew that I was going to be a statistic. I knew that I was a disappointment. Not just to my mom, but to my family, to teachers who believed in me. Because I knew that the moment that I told them that I was pregnant, that was going to change what they seen in me, that they were going to write a story from me that was not my life. And that's exactly what happened. The possibility of what I could be was no longer. I was absolutely that statistic. I was absolutely already a disappointment. I was already written off. But I knew deep down that I had to show different. And it was hard. I was scared. I questioned myself plenty of times. Didn't have a plan, didn't know what to do. I mean, my mom was absolutely supportive, but there were so many, the talks behind your back, the things that go unsaid, not just with people on the outside, but also those people on the inside, right? It was a lot. And it wasn't just me. So I know there's other people out there that that probably felt the same that I did, but it was like, I definitely felt like an outsider in a lot of situations. And it carried, and I didn't realize how much it carried until I got to a space in business and I had to start having conversations that I wasn't ready to have. So why am I telling this part now? I feel like for the first time in my life, it's one of those things where I feel like I'm finally starting to really accept all of the things that I've dealt with and owning them. And there's still so many parts to, there's so many other things that have happened that need to be talked about as well. But this is something that I realized coming into 50 that really not only just fueled my success, but I didn't realize how triggering it was in my success. And I needed to talk about it because those same people who doubted me, and you know how when people say like it fueled you, it can be a blessing and it can be a curse. So those same people that were saying that I wasn't going to be anything like that almost like continued to stay in my head over and over again, even at 50 when I would do speaking engagements, or when certain things would happen. It's like those words were constantly in my head that I was not going to be anything. So I continued to move that much harder even when I didn't have to. So that's why now. So I had to stop hiding, but I couldn't hide, right? Because I had built these businesses and people were asking me to speak. People were asking me to be on panels, and certain questions that would come up, and I could no longer hide the pain. I could no longer hide the triggers that would come up from certain questions that were being asked. And for a long time, I was like, I hid behind it. And I started to connect with women, and I didn't understand it. I started to connect with women that had some of the same attributes that I did. And I knew that it was time for me to kind of let go, because there were just some things that were just not connecting and I couldn't figure it out. And then when I just was like, you know what, I just have to let some of this go. And there's so much more. But I had to, this was one of the major triggers that I had to let go and release it, to stop hiding behind it, so that I can be the best part of me, not just for me, not just for the kids, but so that I can help somebody who's in the same position that I was in. And then I noticed when I stopped hiding from that truth on how I really felt, that things started to shift for me. And I felt freer. I felt like there wasn't anything blocking me and my success. I was building brands, not just mine, but other people's. Even with me raising my kids, it was like there was even relationship issues that we had because I was holding on to something and pushing them to an extreme, that because I didn't want them to be the way that I didn't want them to feel how I did. Even in my marriage, that came over. I remember, I'll never forget my husband telling me that our marriage was not a business arrangement. But again, words, they carry. So it's a lot. But again, you have to start with admitting that there's actually an issue there. And even with doing this first episode, it's so triggering. Like, I've paused, I've cried, because I've never thought that this is something that I would end up having a conversation about. But it's a conversation that I needed to have. It's a conversation that I needed to release. What's funny is I did this this first episode. No earrings on. I said I'm just going to come in and do it. But I do want to say that I needed to come in and do this right now at this moment, because as I'm putting everything together, I was actually doing promo, putting some things together for this before I decided to come in and do this episode. And it dawned on me that there might be somebody out there who is living this same truth, where they feel like there's something that somebody said to them that is stopping them from flourishing. At 15, there were words that were said to me that still triggered me at 50. Don't let that be you. Keep pushing, keep striving. You can be anything, regardless of what people say about you. Do not let those words define you. There were so many times that I felt like giving up. There were times when it was hard, absolutely. And there's so much more. There's so much more, which is another reason why I welcomed you to Talk Your Shift, because these shifts are going to be heavy. Like I said, we are talking about everything from we're breaking these curses, one, and I don't even want to call it a curse. Like we're breaking those chains, whatever it is that you want to call, but we're also going to uplift. We're going to encourage. We're going to build. We're going to bring together each other. We're going to do whatever it is that we need to do to help each other be the best that we can be, because a lot of times you don't have that, right? I thank God for my mom. I thank God for the people that are around me that helped, that lifted me up through this. So again, this is just episode 1. This is just episode 1. But if you feel any part of this, please make sure that you let us know by comment and reach out. Let us know. Do not let anybody steal your joy. Do not let anybody make you feel less than. Do not let anybody make you feel disqualified. You are equipped for everything that it is that you want to be. You do not need permission. This is your shift. You just need to decide that you are going to be everything that you are meant to become. Thank you so much for watching episode 1. And if this episode hit you somewhere deep, I want to hear from you. DM me, tag me, The Style Mother, TheeStyleMuva. Use the hashtag Talk Your Shift. And if you are not already, make sure that you subscribe so that you can stay up to date with all of the rest of the episodes. Our next episode will be out in a week. Make sure you subscribe, you leave a review, and also share this with somebody who needs to hear this story, because we are getting ready to jump in and have some serious conversations about talking your shift and making these changes. But Talk the Shift, where we say it, we shift it, and we walk it. See you next time.